Recording. Okay, all right. There was one question that we left halfway through, that cos theta, sin theta, that thing, right? We'll come back to that later. It's a little longish question. Let's come back to that later. I think we finished the rest of homework 12. Navya, am I right? Are we on to start homework 13 then?
Yes.
Okay, nothing else is left, right? Okay, so homework 13. First question. Okay. Let me just paste it here. Okay. So first question, let's see, you want to get us started? What did you get on this?
Sir, I think we discussed question 1, right?
Oh, we did, is it? Okay, all right. Cool. I forgot. I don't remember.
So you're
Okay.
not screen
And
sharing.
question 2 was that tan sin question.
No, I don't remember doing question 1 yesterday.
So, but anyways, can I tell my answer?
Yeah, let's discuss. Okay, I'm not sharing screen, you said, right? Yes, that's right. Let me share screen. Yes, Yuvam, go ahead, please. What did you get and how did you get?
I got 45.
Okay. And then method?
Method is, so when diameter and chords are in ratio, the angles at the center all have the same ratio.
Yeah.
So the angle AOB is theta. The angle BOC is 2 theta, and the angle COD is 4 theta.
Okay,
So-
hold on just 1 second. So just a clarification needed on this question. When he says AB is to BC is to CD, he actually means not the line segments, but the arc lengths. Okay. If it's line segments, then it becomes a much more difficult question. It can still be solved, but in this case, he means the arc lengths. Okay. Did anyone assume it's a line segment and struggle with it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not
And then-
getting an answer through.
Okay. So multiple people, right? Yes, you can still do it with some cosine and all that, but it's not needed. Maybe it's a good AMC12 question, but yes. Sorry guys, I just literally copy pasted it from, I think, one of the Asian Olympiads. Asian Olympiads, they have good questions, but the problem is they don't phrase it well. There's always discrepancies and ambiguity in the question, or answer choices are sometimes wrong. Otherwise, the questions are actually very good. Okay, so continue, Yuvam. So this is theta, and this is 2 theta, and this
then
is 4 theta.
yeah. So you can see that 2 theta and theta make up 90 degrees.
How do I see that? How do I see that?
You can, because that there are 2 straight lines that are perpendicular, or
This is not given to be, it looks perpendicular. It's not given to be perpendicular.
but otherwise 4 theta plus 2 theta plus theta would make up, I'm
You
not
can
sure.
also you get 6 theta is 180, no?
Yeah, you can.
Exactly.
That's what I did.
6 theta is 180, so theta is 30.
And therefore it's 90. So 6 theta is 180. Thanks, Avinash. And therefore theta is 30.
So I
And
got the
therefore this
same answer. I
Exactly, it
didn't
looks
solve
right.
beyond that, but
So if
That's-
theta, so theta is 30, that means 2 theta is 60.
Yeah.
So since it's an isosceles right angle triangle,
Yeah.
that means that ACO would be 45 because of 150.
correct. So
So
basically you're saying this is equal to this.
120, yeah,
Yeah. So this is equal to this. About each of these has to be 45 each.
yeah.
Okay. All right. One other, all of you good on this one, right? Let me ask
Yes.
one or two other questions. Can you find what is the measurement of DEC? I'll just draw it better. So this DEC, can someone tell me what this angle is? This angle for this problem.
60.
Why?
Because DOE is 60 and this is isosceles. So they all have to be 180 minus 60 by 2. So it's 60.
DOE is, yeah, correct. And this is 60. And therefore,
Yeah.
this is isosceles. Therefore, it's equilateral, right? That's one way. I was looking at it another way. The angle at the center, which is this DOC, is 120. Therefore, angle at anywhere on the perimeter is half of that. Yeah, therefore half of 120, therefore 60. Does it make sense also? Okay, now one other angle. Let me connect. I'm just making it up now. I'm not sure whether it's doable. I'll just draw it and then we'll pass it on to you. EBD. This angle. Can you tell me what this angle is?
So it'll be 30 degrees.
Why so?
So because you made a triangle with, you've connected the diameter to the circumference, it will form a 90-degree angle. And then you have a 60-degree angle at D. So it'll be 30 degrees to make it 180.
Yeah. So this is 90, you're saying, because angle in the semicircle is 90. That's what you mean, right, Rohan? Yes. So this
Yeah.
is 90 and this is 60, and therefore this balance is 30. Right? Another way to look at it, if I look at D and E as the endpoints of the chord, then angle at the center, which is this guy, is 60. Therefore, angle on the periphery anywhere will be half of it, which is 30. So multiple ways to look at the same thing. What about, let's see whether this angle is doable. 1 second. What about this angle? I have to label this point as X or something. What is CXO? Can we figure a CXO?
Wait, so can you repeat which point is X?
The X is in the meeting. This point is X. You can see the screen share, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's X. I want CXO.
75, no?
75. Exactly. Why?
Because
Shiva?
OC is 40.
So because it's OC is 30. I'm sorry, 45, and it's just 180 minus 45.
Exactly. This is what, yeah. Oh, yeah, Avinash, I heard you as well. Yes, this is the first thing that we calculated, and therefore the balance is 75. Okay, so multiple things we can calculate from this. Okay, good. There was question 1, question 2. Navya, we're able to do question 2.
No, so I got the minimum value, but I didn't get second. Like, I got the
Okay.
least value, but it was secondly, so I didn't get that.
What is the minimum value that you got on this?
I got like 6 and 4.
Okay.
So
And
Can be.
how did you arrive at 6 and 4? Just a bit
That was
of
just-
trial and error, right?
Yeah.
Bit of trial and error. But then are you using this information at all? X square minus 2y square equal to 1. He has given all of these. Are you using this?
So I also got 6 and 4. I think there's a pattern.
What is the pattern, Arav?
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't written it. I just thought about this and I'd gotten 6 and 4.
Okay, 6 and 4 for the first one. For you to say a pattern, you must at least say 2 or 3 more, right? So what is the
So,
pattern?
I don't know. So I didn't solve the question further after I got an answer. But what I immediately noticed was it's double, right? So I said, let me check this. Let me double 17 and 12, and let me see if it fits, and it did. So
Exactly.
that I arrived at the answer that way, but I didn't even try to do 52. I just assumed that it would be correct. I didn't. So I got 58.
58, you mean? Okay, yes. So yes, the observation was 3, 2. When you double, you get 6, 4. That was the first answer. And he wants the second smallest. And 17, 12, he doubled it and checked, and 34, 24, it worked. Okay. Now that Rohan mentioned it's double seems to work, can you guys think why the double is working? Anyone, can you justify why the
So
double
that's
is
because
working?
X square minus 2y square is 1 square. So therefore A square minus 2b square is 2 square. So therefore it will end up doubling.
Exactly. So this version is exactly getting scaled by a scale factor of 2. And because every quantity is squared, so you think of this as 1 square, think of this as 2 square, right? So every quantity is getting doubled. Therefore, square is becoming 4 times. Therefore, if 3, 2 was an answer here, 6, 4 would be an answer here. He wants the second answer. Therefore, it's just taking this and double, right? And then if you, I don't know whether this is the third one, but whatever the corresponding to this would be 198 and 140 as the next one. Or maybe there's something else in between. Probably not. Otherwise, you would have given it, right? But that's how you use this information. Is this clear, Navya?
Wait,
you
so
use
can
this.
you repeat? I understood, I think, but can you repeat one
Yeah,
more time?
so x square minus 2y square equal to, let's say, k square instead of 1. Okay. Now, if I double everything, say 2x the whole square minus 2 times 2y the whole square would be 2k the whole square. So everything is getting scale factored by 2, which means coming out of the root. So this is, yeah, so I'm calling 2x as a. So a square minus I'm calling 2y as b equal to 4k square. In this case, k is just 1, that's it. Does it make sense?
So, but why does that mean the answers were double?
Because a is 2x and b is 2y, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, literally they have to double. Okay.
yeah. Okay, makes sense. Okay, but what about, suppose all of this information is not given to you at all. So let's say you have to start from scratch and just do a square minus 2b square equal to 4. How can we do that? Okay, you want to think about it for a second, or I'll give you a hint. So you can rewrite this as a square minus 4 equal to 2b square. Okay, and of course the next step is also fairly obvious. A plus 2 times a minus 2 is 2b square. Again, without the information that's given, right? Let's say all of this information is not given to you at all. You're right, straight away you're all being asked a square minus 2b square equal to 4. Find the second smallest solution, right? Then how do you proceed from something like this? Any idea, guys? Can you think for a minute?
So do you just do simultaneous equations?
But simultaneous what? I mean, in the sense there's only one equation here, right? There's two variables, a and b. All you know is integers, right? That's it. Otherwise, it's impossible to solve infinite solutions. Because it's integers, I mean, even with integers, there's probably infinite solutions, but you can list them out, this one, and then they are few and far between. You can list out, this is the first, this is the second. So 6 and 4 will be the first one here. You can check that, right? Obviously. So if a is 6, this is 8 into 2. 6 and what did we say? 6 and, oh yeah, this is 4, sorry. If a is 6, then this is 32, and this is 2 times b square. That works. Okay, but how do we?
How did you get that 6 and 4 though? Like,
Yeah, that's what.
Just,
That's my,
random.
yeah, that's my
I
question
mean,
to
you
you.
know,
So,
one of them will have to be a perfect square because it's 2b squared. And then
good. Why
I-
does it have to be a perfect square? Why does one of them have to be a perfect square?
because it's 2b squared, right?
2b square. So
If it could also be 2b
It
and b.
doesn't, no, because even in the previous answer, when we got 34 and 24, none of them are perfect squares.
no,
So
he means no. He does not mean between a and b. He means between a plus 2 and a minus 2. One of them has to be a perfect square, right,
oh,
Rohan?
okay.
Not a literally.
But why, Rohan? Yes, you are right. Your observation is right. But can you justify why?
So if I'm saying that, does that mean the distribution cannot be b and b separate and 2b separate? Like a minus 2 is b and then a plus 2 is 2b? That
Exactly.
can't happen.
That cannot. So yeah. So one obvious. So if this is the case, what are the options? Either a minus 2 is 2, and this is okay. I'll shift to another color. Okay. So the options are. A minus 2 is b square. Sorry, a minus 2 is the smaller one, right? I'll assign that to be 2. Okay. So a minus 2 is 2, and then a plus 2 is b square. Okay. So for this to happen, a has to be. So for this to happen, a has to be 4. In which case 4 plus 2, 6 will not be a perfect square. So this is ruled out. Right? Okay. Now, what is the other thing you were saying? One of them is 2b, the other one is b. Why is this not possible? Or maybe it is possible. So if this has to happen, that means twice a minus 2 should be a plus 2. Let's see what we get from here. 2a minus a, which is a, equal to 6. And that's the first answer that Navya called out, right? A equal to 6. And therefore, B is, we can infer B from here, whatever, 4. Okay, so, but that is only one solution, right? With this being B and this being 2B. For anything else,
Okay.
one of them has to be a perfect square. Other one is twice a perfect square. Sorry, Rohan, I'll just complete what you just said. Okay, so the only other possibility is if B itself, let's say it's a product of two numbers, let's say m and n. Okay, so it's 2m square, n square. Now it's possible that one of them is 2m square, the other one is n square, or the reverse. One of them is m square, the other one is 2n square. But surely, as your intuition said, one of them must be a perfect square between a plus 2 and a minus 2. Does this make sense? Everyone, okay. But now how do you proceed? So now you know that between, okay, the trivial solution was the 6 and 4, and then this one did not work. Now, assuming one of them has to be a perfect square, other one will be twice a perfect square. How do we solve from this? What does it do? Go ahead.
You can just list out values of a that would make a plus 2 a perfect square.
Or a minus 2 a perfect square, one of the two. Okay, so exactly. So this gap is only 4. This gap is 4, right? So let's write out all possibilities. So let's start with the first of all even square. This is even, so everything has to be even here. So we can start this being 16 and this being 12, right? A plus 2 is the larger one, a minus 2 is the smaller one. Or this being 16 and this being 20, right? So 16 is a perfect square. Is 12 a double of a perfect square? No, it is not. Is 20 a double of a perfect square? No, it's not. Therefore, this combination will not work. Let's move to the next perfect square. Can this be 36? And so, sorry, which is the, yeah, correct. This is the larger one, right? Can this be 36, this be 32? Or can this be 36 and can this be 40? Let's consider this. If this is 36, is 40 twice a perfect square? No, it is not. 36 is a perfect square, but 40 is not twice a perfect square. Is 32 twice a perfect square? Yes, it is. And therefore, this combination will work, which means my A is the middle one, right? A is 34. Because remember, this is A plus 2, this is A minus 2. So if it's A being 34, and then I know that this is 2b square, right? So this is 36 into 32 is 2 times b square. So what is that? 36 into 2 into 16. This is 2 into 16. Therefore, it's 2 into 6 into 4, the whole square. So b is your 24. So that's how we got the b equal to 24 and a equal to 34. Does it make sense, guys? Okay, so even without the information given about 1, x square minus 2y square equal to 1, even without this, we can still solve it. Is this clear, everyone? Dishit, you're with me?
Oh, yes, I got it. I just did like a different method.
Okay, what did you do?
I think it's like similar. So what I did is that I just multiplied the first one by 4, and then I equated it with the second one, like the AB one. So I got A and B in terms of X and Y. So A is equal to 2X and B is 2Y. And then I
Okay, double scale. Okay, understood. Perfect. Okay, that's question 2. Let's go to question 3. Kunsh, question 3.
So for question 3, I got 4.
Okay. Anyone else agree with his answer or disagree with his answer?
I got B.
D or B? Bombay or Delhi?
Bombay.
Bombay. So 3.
So I got A.
I
So-
got
But I got E.
Okay, so I heard so far A, B, and C. Did I hear D for Delhi as well? Someone?
So I got E.
E, excellent. Okay, cool. All right, it's definitely worth discussing. Okay, anyone is very confident of their answer? Who wants to go? Aditya, you want to go?
So I got B.
Okay, go ahead and justify your answer.
Let me see. So I don't really understand my working very much.
Okay,
I think I found out the factors of 2023.
yeah, that's the first thing to do. Yes, what are the factors?
One,
By now, 7 and 17, right? 7
Yeah.
and 17 square.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then there's 119 and 289.
Yeah, the prime factorization is 7 into 17 square. So with
Yeah.
this, you'll have other factors. Yeah.
Then I can't understand what I'm doing really.
Okay, all right, no problem. Navya, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, so I actually did 1 into 2023 7 into 289 and 17 into 119.
Yeah.
And then I wrote that like x plus y into x minus y is equal to like one of those. So I wrote x plus y is like, for example, I took 119 and 17. So x plus y is 119 and x minus y is 17. So then like I added the two and then I got the like I got integer values for both. So
Yeah.
then I just that all of them will have the same unless like basically the factor should add up to an even number for that to happen, and that worked for all three. So then I just three.
Factors should add up to an even number, meaning I didn't understand that.
Like basically 1 plus 2023 is 2024, which is an even number. Then 7 plus 289 is also an even number. And then 17 plus 119 is also an even number.
That is because x plus y and x minus y are adding up. Oh, no, that's not because, okay, when you have any odd number, take any odd number for that matter, let's say 63, right? So it'll be product of two odd numbers only. So the product of the sum of two odd numbers will be even anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so since like all of them added up to an odd number, to an even number, when you add
Therefore you can solve. Therefore you can solve for x, you're saying, correct?
Yeah.
By adding. Yes. The only small, I wouldn't say correction, efficiency is don't waste time solving it. Yes, you know if x plus y is an odd number and x minus y is an odd number, like your observation was right. You didn't have to do the 2x and get that even number and divide by 2 to get your x.
No, I didn't do that.
You
Just
didn't
like
do that, right? You just observe that it works. Okay, perfect. Yes. And therefore, exactly, there are 6 pairs because the number of factors of this guy is 2 into 3. So 7 power 1 and 17 power 2, the number of factors is 6, which means there are 3 pairs of factors, right? Like she said, 1 into the number itself. And then I don't care what the others are, but there are 3 pairs. In each of them, the smaller one you can assign to the x minus y. The bigger one you can assign to x plus y and then solve it. That's it. Therefore, there are 3 answers.
So, but yeah, even I did the same thing, but I counted it twice.
Okay.
You can like
That's what
switch also, not like x minus y can be 2023 and x plus y can be 1.
you can do that, but the trick
But you
is
won't
not.
get a good answer.
No, you'll get an answer, but it won't be a positive integer. So let's try.
Yeah.
So x plus y is 1 and x minus y, like you said, is 2023, right? X will still be positive, but y will be negative. So when you subtract the 2, I get 2y equal to minus 2022. Therefore, y is minus 1011. But it says positive integers. But good that you made this mistake. Had the same question been x and y be integers, then you would be right. Right? But it says x and y are positive integers. Right?
So, but if it said x and y are integers, then the answer would be 6, right? Because
Correct.
you would take
That's what I'm.
all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'll be 6 if it's integers. Avinash, what did you say in between?
No, I was just saying minus will also be there, no?
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So always pay attention. Positive, negative, non-negative. Sometimes they say, which means 0 is included, and then sometimes they say what? Rational numbers, real numbers. Just pay attention. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And they'll give non-prime. Non-prime means 1 is included in non-prime, right? 1 is not prime, nor is it composite. Okay. So depending on the wording, the answer will change. Okay. That was question 3. Question 4. Let's see. Drishit, question 4.
So I attempted this, but I got an answer which is not in the options. So.
Okay. Arav, what about you?
So Meet, I got 17.
17, which is not in the answers as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Arya, how about you? Arya, thanks for attending so early. Arya's in London and it's what, 6 o'clock for you? 6:30?
Yeah, it's 6:30 right now.
Okay.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
I didn't get answer this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Navya, go ahead, please. Navya, you just answered. I'll give it to someone else. Avinash.
So I didn't do this question.
Okay. Sanvi, is your audio okay? No. I can see you though, which is a welcome change. Happy Diwali. Okay, I cannot hear you. Are you speaking something at all, Sanvi? I don't know. I cannot see your lip movement at all. Okay. Okay, I'll give it to someone else then. Yuvam, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I got 8. B.
Sir, I
Okay.
also did it and I also got it.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, Yuvam, what did you do?
So I started writing A1, A2, A3, A4, A5.
Yeah.
Till A7 until I found a pattern.
Okay.
And then I did that.
Okay. What is the pattern? Can we just call? So 20, 23. And the next one would be?
3,
Mhm.
minus 20,
Uh,
minus 23.
Uh-huh.
And then again it'll come to minus 3 and then 20.
20. Okay. Yes.
So I did telescopic cancellation where I can just cancel because these I took pairs in 6, so they add up to 0. So
Yes.
18 everything is 0. Then 19 and 20 is 20 plus 23, which is 43, divided by 20 is 2.15. So 2 plus 1 plus 5 is 8.
Exactly. Right. So when you write out the numbers, you can see the pattern repeats after 6. So you're saying for every 6, the pattern repeats. And you can literally count in pairs of 6, not pairs of 6, in groups of 6. But it just turns out that for every group of 6, it's exactly adding up to 0. Okay. It need not, but it just so happens to be, right? But if the pattern repeats, let's say it adds up to 2, then also it's fine. Every group of 6 is 2, 2, 2, like that. In this case, it's 0, 0, 0. And then you get to the 18th term, you're done with 6 groups. And then the next group has just become 20 and 23. So 43 divided by 20, which is 2.15. Fairly easy question. So whoever did not do it, I'm curious, what is the problem? Or whoever got a different answer, 17 and all that. Kunsh.
So
Yeah, Arab, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why I just assumed that it's an arithmetic series. So I just since it says n is the sum is the
I see.
mean of the first 20 terms, I just said I
Okay.
just created a equation where n is equal to the sum of the first 20 terms divided by 20.
I see. Okay. So basically you missed out this an plus 2 is an plus 1 minus this.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, question 5. Rohan, are you able to do question 5?
Yes. 1 second. I don't see my working.
Okay.
Wait, it must have been the last one.
You have your working. That itself is a big deal. Usually you are scrambling for your working. So it's a vast improvement that you're able to find your working in front of you.
So, but
Big round of
I would
applause
have
for
done this sum. It's easy already, but I haven't done it. I think.
So what is your conclusion? You don't know.
I
what
don't
your
know.
Okay. Shivank,
I didn't get this one.
you didn't get this one.
I
Okay,
got to some point and then it was like a dead.
fine. Aditya,
So I didn't get this one. I got to some point again and then.
okay. All right. Arab, yeah.
So I got 142. See.
Okay. All right. You
The
also got-
same. Even I
same.
got the same.
Okay, Arab, can you describe what did you do?
Yes. So I used trial and error basically. So I said, so firstly I eliminated E98 because I just set x plus y equal to certain numbers and I just happened to start with 142 and it worked. Then I checked now one number higher than it and one number lower than it, which was 98 and 168, and those didn't work. So I assumed it's 142.
Sorry.
So I had
No, 1 second, Rohan. I'm sorry. So Arab, you started with 142, okay, and then that worked for x
Yeah.
plus y, but you only know x plus y is 142. How do
Yeah.
you? How do you? So as in you simultaneously solve and
Yes,
solve
yes.
x and y. Okay.
Yeah.
X plus y go to 142. You solve this, so you set it like this. You solve
Yes.
this, and that gives some proper answer.
Yes.
Then the question is find the least possible value. Why should you even check something even higher? You should only check something that's lower, right?
Yes. So I just so happened to check it.
So you checked only 166 and 98, correct?
Yeah.
Not 196 and 228.
No.
Correct. Okay. I thought you checked one which is higher and one which is lower, which didn't make sense to me. Okay. And then 168 and 98, when you checked, it did not work, and therefore you went with 142. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Rohan, what did you do?
So I noticed that if you take 23y to the other side,
Yeah.
you would want that number 2023 plus 23y to be a multiple of 20.
Yeah.
So essentially, the 23y has to end in 7.
Has to end
And
in?
so
Okay, 7.
7.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I found y is equal to, I think, 8 and y is equal to
No, y
9.
cannot be 8. Y have to
Yeah.
be 9, right? So for
Yeah,
it to end in
okay.
7, 3 times 9 is 7.
Yeah. Okay, and I rejected that because that doesn't give a, that is not a, that is like 111.5 or something
Mhm.
for x. So then I went to 19.
Mhm.
3 times 9 is 27. Yeah, so that works.
Mhm.
And then I noticed that that was a multiple of 20. And so I could conclusively say that it was the least possible value.
But how conclusive? You got a value for y. That's the least value for y. I agree, right?
Oh,
Because, but why does that guarantee that x plus y is the least?
yeah,
Correct.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. But yes, you have a valid reason. Can you just complete? It's also the least value for x because
Oh, because like if it's the least value for, no, wait. Yeah, if it's the least value for y, it will be the least value for x.
why?
as well.
Because complete the statement. Because
Because it's 2023 plus 23y. So as you increase the value of y, the value of x increases. as well.
exactly correct. Yes. So as y, so this increase as y increases, 23y increases. Therefore, x also increases. So you're going in sequence, starting with the lowest possible positive value for y, which is 9. That didn't work. Again, you don't have to divide and just check it's 111.5 and all that. As long as it's not a multiple of 20, as in ends in 0, but odd 0, right? 1 0 or 3 0 or 5 0. You don't have to actually do the division, right? You don't have to waste time another 10 seconds. And 19 works, right? And just to repeat what I just said for who didn't pay attention. So my challenge to him was, this is the least value for y, 19. But why does that imply it's the least value for x plus y? And the answer is, as y increases, x also naturally increases. And if you're finding the least value for y, that obviously corresponds to the least value of x, and hence the least value of x plus y together. Right? Does it make sense? Your hand is up. You had.
Sir, I have a question. I did the
Yes.
same thing what Rohan did. But sir, this took me a lot of time. I didn't know like a proper algebraic way to solve this.
Yeah. What Rohan described is perfect algebraic way of solving it, right? So I'll tell you another way, which is very
Like-
similar only. But
Took me like 5-7 minutes to find that 9 and 19.
why? So you got it till this point. The immediate next observation should be that this is 3, and this must end in
Yeah.
9. So you check 9. That's maybe 10 seconds, right? To do 23 times 9, 230 minus 23, which is 207. Add 207 to 2023. Just last 2 digits are 30.
Didn't
Straight away reject. You don't have to, just try to save time everywhere possible, right? I don't need to add further. I only need to look at the last 2 digits, right? And then when I'm trying 19, that means it's a further 23 times 10 added to it. We can just continue from here itself and then add and just get this, right? So this is into 19. So into 9 is already done. You don't have to waste time to do into 19. You just have to add another into 10, 230, right? And this works. Divide by 20, it gives 123, I think, right? And what is this number? This is your x, is it? What am I finding? Yeah, 123 is my x. And
Yeah.
therefore, y was already 19. Therefore, it's 142. Okay,
Oh.
maybe I've done it and therefore I'm describing, therefore it's very fast. But even assuming you're starting off from scratch, it's a 2-minute question, not longer than that. Right? But I'm very happy that you're bringing it up. It's taking so long for you and all that, right? So which is good. You're on the improvement track, which means you're identifying what your problem areas are. So you definitely work on the speed, please. And don't do unnecessary things, right? Once you know that something is not going to work, scratch it off and then immediately go to the next step. Okay, what I was thinking was slightly, does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I was doing is slightly different than what Rohan said. So the goal is to minimize x plus y, right? So not always it will be the case that, in this case, it turned out that if I minimize y, it implies x is also minimized. Not always it will be that case, right? So what I can do instead is, I'll give you another example. For example, had it been 20x plus 23y equal to 2023, then this method won't work, because you'll write as 20x equal to 2023 minus 23y. And then you'll try y equal to 9, y equal to 19, or not, maybe not 9. In this case, you want it to end in 3 so that it cancels, right? And then you'll try. But as y increases, x decreases, right? And your goal is to minimize x plus y. How do you find that balance, right? It becomes,
So,
right?
but if this
So,
kind
but-
of a question comes, how will you actually solve it?
Yeah. I'll tell
So-
you. Yeah, go ahead, Rohan.
So I'm assuming naturally it will be the values of x and y that are the closest to each other. So you have to use a bit of intuition to see whether the value that you've got is going to be the closest values, right? And then you can accordingly
Not
select an
not
answer.
not necessarily. Okay, so okay, back to what Avinash was asking. I'll tell that. Okay, so first let's do this problem. Okay, this problem, 20x, and just let's see whether we get the same answer, right? So we'll force, our goal is x plus y, so we'll force x plus y by saying 20 times x plus y, right? So I've introduced a plus 20y here, right? So I'll compensate it by saying minus 43y equal to 2023. Okay, you're with me, Avinash?
Yes, sir.
Okay, therefore 20 times x plus y is 2023 plus 43y. And what is the goal? Goal is to minimize x plus y. So which means just minimize y. Okay, and that's it. Which means you'll try 9, maybe it works. No, 19 works. Yes. And then what that value results in, you can find x plus y and move on. Now the same can be applied if it's 20x plus, let's say 23y, like you said, right? Or like I said, same problem with just a plus. Then also I'll do the same thing. I'll say 20 times. My goal is to minimize x plus y. Therefore, I'll force x plus y here. Whatever is the balance is 3y.
Yeah, plus.
Okay. So
Okay.
now it's 2023 minus 3y is 20 times x plus y. Okay. Now we want to minimize x plus y. But at the same time, x plus y must be a positive quantity. In fact, x and
So
y,
you
each
have
of them has to be a positive quantity.
Maximize y, no?
Yeah. Let's try to drive y as high as possible. Okay. So in fact, can we do, let's do this together, right? So if I make y, 2023 is not a multiple of 3. What's the closest multiple of 3? 2022, right? 2022. So if 3y is 2022, so what does that give? Y is 6 are 18, 7s are, y is 674. Agreed? Y is 674. But if y is 674, that means 20 times x plus y is 1. Right? 2023 minus, am I right?
Yeah, so that
which
would be
means
possible.
it's not possible at all. Okay. And therefore, okay, in fact, okay, so we have to keep subtracting. So what do we have to subtract? We have to subtract such that it ends in 1, correct? So ends in 3, I'm sorry. So the last digit of y, so last digit of y should be what? For it to end in 3, only 1, right? Or yeah, 3 times 1, 3 times 3, 3 times 5, 7, 9. Yeah. So last digit of y should be 1. Only then it will cancel off with the 2023. Right? And as high as possible, so that x plus y is minimized. So what did we try just now? We tried 670. I forgot what we tried just now. What is the number? 660 something, right? What is that? 2023. What is 2022 divided by 3, guys?
674.
674. Okay, so thank you. So let's try 671, right? 671, right? Because it ends in, now 671 times 3 is how much? 721 to carrying 2013. Okay, which means this difference is 2023 minus 2013, which is 10. But 10 is
That's
not
also
divisible.
possible.
Okay, therefore we'll have to keep going. But let's say 20 works. Even then, x plus y should be positive, right? So which means we must make sure that this quantity, how shall I say this? So y should be large, but y should not be too large. If y is too large, then so there's a bit of experiment. I wouldn't say trial and error, but some more work to do, right? You can easily go in multiple hops and then finish it. Is this clear? I'm not completing the problem for you guys, but you understood, right? The challenge, it should end in 1 and then keep going. We tried 671. Next, we can try 661. But again, 661, even if it works, let's do one more and then maybe, okay. So 661 is 30 less than this, right? 30 less than this because it's 10 times 3. So the difference would be 40. So 2023 minus thing will be 40, which means x plus y will be 40, which means x will be a negative number. It will be an integer, but x plus x, y itself is 661. Therefore, x is negative. So we should go further down, right? But yes, maybe this is what Rohan's point was. We'll reach a point where y is decreasing and x is increasing. And to get both of them to be positive, they'll more or less end up being around the same value, right? Are you guys with me? Understood? Okay. Okay, but try it later, guys. I don't think it's necessary, Rohan. I don't think it's necessarily that both have to be roughly same. It depends on what the scale factor is. In this case, it's 20, right? For example, tomorrow, if I change the problem to 200x plus 23y equal to 2023, then it will give a completely different answer. It's x and y need not be always close to each other. Maybe in this case, because 20 and 23 are close to each other, you'll find out that answer. But let's say this is 200 or 2000, then it won't be. Yeah. But you understood how to approach it. That's the main thing. Okay, any questions, guys? All of you clear on this? Okay. So that was question 5. Question 6. Drishit. Question 6.
So I didn't get this.
Okay. Kunsh, were you able to?
No, sir. I tried, but I got stuck somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Shivank,
No.
did you guys try hard enough? Okay. Avinash, yeah.
So I actually did not finish, get to do most of this sheet. I'll do it properly today evening, I thought.
Okay. Aditya,
So I got C.
C. Okay. All right.
Sir, even I got 3.
Okay. So 2 people got C. Okay. Aditya, can you describe what you did?
Yes, sir. So first I took 100 out common.
Yeah.
So then we got 43 upon 20 into 23 minus 49 upon 23 into 26. Then after that I separated one term. So like the 43 upon 20 into 23 became 1 upon 20 plus 1 by 23.
Exactly. Right. So in other words, you notice that 43, I'll just continue from here. So yeah. So you notice that this is 20 plus 23 upon 20 into 23. Yes, correct. Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so then I just made it 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 23 minus 1 upon 23 plus 1 upon 26, and then there was a pattern, so only the first and the last numbers weren't eliminated.
Exactly. This is called telescopic cancellation, right? So typically each term will have two terms, A and B types, and 1B will cancel with 2A, 2B will cancel with 3A, 3B will cancel with 4A, like this. And like you said, what will remain at the end is the very first term and the very last term, which will be 1 by 47 minus 1 by 50, right? So the minus 1 by 50 will remain, right, Aditya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Perfect.
So
Yes.
that gives you 3.
Exactly. So 100 into finally 1 by 20 minus 1 by 50, 1 by 20 minus 1 by 50. So if you say 100 as the common denominator, it's 3, right? 5 minus 2, which is 3, and then times 100. Therefore, the answer is 3.
So
Yeah,
how
very
do
good.
you get 1 by 20 again?
Because the very first term will have a plus 1 by 20, which will not cancel at all. Right? Afterwards, you have a series of telescopic cancellation, like I said. And the very last term will have a minus, the second part of the last term and the first part of the first term. These will be the only ones that will prevail without cancelling. Does it make sense? Navya, were you able to get this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All clear now? Kunsh, make sense? Yeah, Drishit. Okay, well done, Aditya. Okay, that was question 6. Question 7. Yeah, Avinash, you said you didn't try this harder. Sanvi, are you in a position to talk or comment? Were you able to do this question 7? You can chat maybe, I don't know. I want you to participate in class, but your audio has not been working for ages now. Okay, I'll have to pass it on to someone else, Anvi. Sorry. Arav, yeah.
So I got 3A.
Okay. Others?
I got B.
Navya, B for Bombay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any others?
So I got A.
Okay. A, B so far.
So even I got A.
Okay. Multiple people with A.
So I got E.
Okay. Very good. I mean, as in I like when the, okay. Any other answers? Okay. So, so this is 5, 5 and 8. Okay. I'll open it to Navya, but just one comment.
Oh no, so my answer is wrong. My answer is wrong.
Just one comment on what Rohan got. So 8 will work, but the only thing is 8 is the
It's the
given
same. It's the
triangle
same.
itself,
Yeah, I
right?
just realized I got A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 8. That's why I
Yeah.
said it was wrong.
Yeah. So 5, 5 and 8 looks like this. 5, 5 and 8. It's a triangle like, sorry. So this is 5 and this is 5 and this is 8. Okay, which means this is 4 and 4, which is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, right? And when you solve, if you get 8 as the value for C, that means 8 as the value for B, I mean the third side, then it's back to the same triangle, right? Obviously it will work out. So the other triangle which will work out, he has in mind is something that's steeper, a triangle with a bigger height and a smaller base. So potentially it's possible that, sorry, keep
Oh, sorry. My answer is wrong. I got the calculations incorrect.
Okay, all right. So are you saying that 4 is wrong, or are you saying 3 is right? You're able to get it consistent with us.
I'm saying 4 is wrong.
4 is wrong. Okay, all right. So whoever got 3, who was that? Yuvam and Arav, was that Arav? You got 3 as well. Okay, Arav, can you describe what you did?
Yes. So again, I set up a system of equations. So since it says the area and perimeter is the same,
Yeah.
then immediately, since the area of the first one, which is given 5, 5, 8 is 18. So 18 equals 2A plus B.
Mhm.
And then the area is also same. So the area of the first triangle is 3 times 8. So that's 24, which equals, I just set up as the Pythagoras theorem. So B.
So area is 12. Area is 12, no, not 24.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 12.
Okay, yeah.
Equals to B square root A square plus B square over 2.
The area.
Yes. So I
is
set up
A square minus B square by 2, no? Minus B by 2 square, right? But A is the hypotenuse, right?
So I'm not sure. My solving is a bit messy.
Sir, isn't that just half B?
Oh, sorry, sir. I meant the height. Yeah, correct. This is half B. The height is this. Okay, yes. The height is square root of this. Yeah, this is B by 2 and this is B by 2. Okay. Okay, fine, no problem. So B is 18 minus 2A. B is 18 minus 2A, and the area is we can either keep everything in terms of A or everything in terms of B, doesn't matter. So the area is half, and let's keep everything in terms of B. So half into B into the height, and the height we just saw was square root of A square minus B by 2 the whole square. Okay, so I can simplify this as, all of you would have done similar simplification, but I'm just seeing. So this is 2A square minus B square by 2 square. This 2 can in fact come out. I'll bring out this 2. Okay, it's this. Now 2A can be replaced as 18 minus B. So we just decided to keep everything in terms of B, right? So 2A is 18 minus B. So which means this is B by 4 into square root of 18 minus B the whole square minus a further B square. Okay. So this is B by 4. B square will get cancelled. What will remain inside the bracket is 18 square minus 36B. Okay, a reason I wrote 18 square is it's 324, I know, but let's try to bring something out of it, right? I can bring a 2 square from here and a 2 square from here. So leaving just 9 square minus probably we can bring even more, right? 9 square minus, okay. So from this, we can take a further 9 out. Right, you understood, right? How I can got a 2 square out and a 2 square out from here. I can bring a further 3 square out as a 3, right? And then this becomes just square root of 9 minus b. So everything else is numbers. Now we want this area should match 12, correct? So this is 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 by 4, which is, so b into root of 9 minus b should be, on the right hand side, we had the area was 12, if I recall. This 12 into 4 by 2 into 3. So I've just written this 2 into 3 here. Sorry if it's a little messy, but I think this is giving 8. I can see this is 2, 8, which is a good check would be if b is 8, it should work out, because the problem does not know that when we're solving it, we don't know that it cannot be the original triangle itself. So 8 should work. That's a simple sanity check. Whatever you do, 8 should work, right? Because we know that 8, 5, 5, that triangle has a certain area and certain perimeter. If you're solving that itself, you should get the same answer. So it does work. So that gives me confidence that I didn't do silly mistake. Now it's a question of finding which other b will come close to getting this. So how do you approximate? So you can just say b square into 9 minus b square equal to 64. Okay, and then we can try out all of these values in sequence, right? He says 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, whichever is closest. If I put now it's a bit of trial and error. B is 3, then this is 9 times. I'm doing some mistake, guys. 9 minus b, not b square. No wonder. This is b. 9 times 6, which is 54. Okay, not very close, but let's see. B equal to 4 would be 16 times 5, which is 80, which is farther away from 64. And b equal to 5 is 25 times 4, which is 100, which is even further away. So, and you can see that, what are the other choices? Maybe it'll get closer after that. B equal to 6 and b equal to 8. So b equal to 6 would be 36 into 3, which is 108. So it's going farther away. And then at some point, it'll start to decrease, I guess. So b equal to 7. 7 is not given as a choice, but let's try. It's 49 times 2, which is 98. Now it's in the descent. It kept rising. And then at b equal to 8, it, again, in the exam, you won't do all this. I'm just showing you. So it's gone up and then come down. So right now it's in the initial stages, it's in the ascent, right? So 64 would be somewhere here. And the other 64 was the original triangle T. So this is my T dash. So somewhere between 3 and 4, but you can take an intelligent guess that 64 is closer to 54 than to 80. Therefore, among the choices, 3 would be a better option. Probably the correct answer is maybe 3.3. Maybe if you have your calculator, can you just try 3.3 square times 9 minus 3.3? Can you try if it's closer to 64?
So b equals 8 is working, right?
B equal to 8 is the original triangle itself. That is the mistake that Rohan made. He wants 2 different triangles, T and T dash. Right? So it better work for B equal to 8 to make sure you didn't do any silly mistake.
So I have one question.
Yeah, no, but before that, can someone do it on the calculator and let me know if 3.3 roughly works? What is 33 square? 1089, right? 10.89 into 5. No, it's very difficult to
The
do.
answer is 3.37.
Oh, you solved it using solver. Okay, I see.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, 3.4. Maybe you should have given something that's very safely closer towards 3, because 54 and 80, I wouldn't say it's still closer to 54, sure, but it's not overwhelmingly close. It's a difference of 10 here, it's a difference of 16 here. And there are squares and all involved here. So you cannot just blindly say it will be closer to 3. In fact,
3.3 gives an answer of 62.073.
62.07. Okay. And he said 3.37 gives the more accurate answer of 64. So look at this 3.37. It's almost 3.5. So he should have framed a question such that it's very safely one of the choices instead of borderline. Okay. Yes. You had a question, you said?
Yes, so instead of doing this, what I did was I just took like B as the value given the options. and then I start solving, and I figure out 3 is the lowest. So
Perfect. That's also fine. Yes. So yes, in retrospect, maybe that is a better way. That would have been much faster. I agree. Yeah. So you started off by saying B is 3. So B is 3 implies A is how much? Again, no
Uh,
calculator. Without calculator, A is how much? 18, right? Is the circumference?
yeah, so it's 7.5.
15 by 2, which is 7.5. And then if this is 7.5, you still have to do that. This is 1.5. And then you have to find out the height and then find the area, right? Usme bhi mehnat hai. That is also time consuming, right?
No, but like I know some squares like digits ending with 5, it's easy to find the squares. So.
Okay. Okay. But one example, this 7.5 and 1.5, suppose you have to find the height. You should not do 7.5 square minus 1.5 square and take the square. I mean, that's what you'll do eventually, but try to take out 1.5 outside. So 1.5 square can come outside. So effectively it's 5 square minus 1 square. So it's 1.5 times square root of 24. Right? All of you with me on this? Don't do 75 square and 15 square and subtract all that. Even though I know you know 75 square, try to take out as much commonality as possible. So it's, and 24 square root is also another easy number, 4.9, right? Because how do I know this? 50 square is 2500. And then 49 plus 1 square is this, right? 50 square, which is 49 square plus almost 100. 2 times 49 plus 1. So 49 square is exactly, or rather very close to 240. It's 2401 actually. So square root of 24 is 4.9. So now therefore the area, back to our problem, is half into the base was 3 and the height was, what is the height again? 1.5 times 4.9. And we can see whether this works out to 60, not 60, 12. 12 is the area, right? So again, this is also some effort, right? Yuvam, to do this multiplication 1.5 times 1.5 times 4.9. And you have to check how close it is to 12. And then you move on to 4. So I would say there's effort involved in both. I cannot compare offhand now, which is easier.
Yeah.
Okay. That was question 7. Question 8. Okay, Navya, we're able to do question 8.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Yuvam, you just answered. I want to give it to someone else. Kunsh. Kunsh, you are very good with distribution, permutation, combination. You should have got this.
Yes, so for this one I got
Where is Kunsh? This is the second time when, I don't know, I think he's doing it intentionally. When it's time to answer, he'll just fill in the blank and just escape out. Oh my God, this is funny. Okay, Kunal, sorry, baby. I didn't notice you at all. Yeah. What do you have for me in this?
125.
125. Okay. Any other answers, Arav? Arya?
So I got logged out, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, Avinash. You didn't do it intentionally, I know. Unlike our good friend, Kunal, not Kunal, what's his name? Kunsh. Yeah, Avinash, what did you get?
So I didn't do this sheet. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said you were going to
Sorry,
sit on it tonight.
I'll do it tonight.
That's fine. Any other answers, guys? Yuvam, what's your answer?
Sir, I got 150.
150.
Actually,
Yes, so
sir, I did 2 times. I did this 2 times. First time I didn't get an answer, which is in the options, which I still think is correct. And the second time I did it with a different method, I got one which is in the options.
so same story for me also.
Okay, you also got 150. Is that what you're saying, Rohan?
No, so I also tried
Tried
two
twice.
different ways and I got 2 different answers.
Okay. All right.
So I have a question also.
Okay, Rohan, before I come to you, this Arya, you were raising your hand, or was this Arav?
Yeah, I also got 150.
150. Okay, but Kunsh is back, guys. So he'll do the honors of explaining. What did you get, Kunsh?
so I got C150 as well.
Okay, please explain. Kunsh.
So there's there's it can, because there's 5 as in 3, there's either, there can be 2 things, either 311 and its combinations, or 2 to 1 let's combinations.
Okay.
For the first one, can the first child can receive a combination of any 3 gifts from the 5, followed by the second child getting 1 from the 2, and the last child gets the remaining gift, right, for the first one. So
Okay.
just 5 choose 3 times 2 choose 1 times 1 times 3 because of the different combinations.
Okay. So basically you're saying, so with the 3-1-1 distribution, you first, the 5 different gifts lying here. So let's say the star is a gift, plus is a gift, okay, minus something. These are the 5 gifts, right? Okay. And then there are, how many kids are there? 3 people. Okay, 3 people are there. Okay, so there's one guy who's a special guy. So you identified someone has to get 3. Okay, and then finally you multiply by 3 for that reason, right? You're going to say like that special guy can be this guy, or let's say I'll just put some name A, B, and C. Right? You're starting off by saying B is the special guy who gets 3. You're searching out. You're choosing which 3 gifts the special guy gets, and then let's say the special guy gets this guy, and this guy. This gift and this gift and this gift. So from the remaining two, you're choosing 1 gift. Let's say you choose the plus as the gift, and then you assign it to who? You give it to who? Any one of the remaining person, and then you can repeat the same thing 3 times because the special guy can be the other A or C. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so that's the first part. Now this one.
Now for this one, it's similar principle, but the let's say B is the special guy who gets to choose first. He gets to choose only 2 of the 5, so it's 5 choose 2.
Okay, I'll let you continue, but I'll just say whenever the special person is chosen, odd man out. So I would say the special guy is the guy who got 1 gift, right? Because he's different from the other 2,
Yeah,
right? But that's fine. I'll just go with you. So you're saying the special. So first you want to give which guy gets to 2, is it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll be 5 choose 2, and then the other guy with 2, it becomes 3 choose 2, and then times 1 times 3 for the last
times
remaining
3 again, because again we
Anyone
can
could
mix
choose.
and match in this. Okay, and what does this add to? 5 choose 3 is how much? 10. 10 into 2 into 3, which is 60.
60.
And here it is
10 into 3
10
into
into
90.
3 into 3, which is 90. 150. Excellent. Yes. Rohan, you had something to comment?
So I was just asking whether the total number of possible combinations, excluding the condition where each person gets at least 1 present, that would be 256, right?
Excluding the condition where each person gets at least 1%.
Yeah.
It'll be
216, sorry.
It'll be 243. It'll be 3 power 5, right?
Wait, can you explain why, sir?
Okay, so if I understood your question, you're asking, you want to put down your hand, please. I'll give you a chance. Or unless you had a question. You had a question or you wanted to call out your answer?
I have a
method.
question.
Okay, just hold on 1 second, Yuvam. Let me just finish, Rohan. So basically, Rohan, if I understood what you said without this, what will the answer be? In how many ways can you distribute 5 different persons to 3 people? Which means one of them can go empty-handed also, right? Is that the question you had, Rohan?
Yeah.
Okay.
All 2 of them.
Yeah. So if this is the case, the answer would be 243, because you go to each gift and ask, who do you want to go to? So this guy will say, I'll go to B. A. This guy says, I'll go to C. Right? It could be any one of the 3 answers, right? This guy says, I also want to go to C. So when you ask each gift, where do you want to go to? Each gift will give one of the 3 answers. So it's 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, which is 243. But it could be possible, like you said, that none of the gifts went to B. So all the gifts ended up in either A or C, right? Which is why it's not the answer to this question. But without the restriction, the answer would be 243. Does this make sense, Rohan?
Yeah, I had used a different method.
No, but this question, obviously, you'll have to extend on it because we have the condition that each person gets at least 1.
Okay.
But without that condition, each person getting at least one. If that condition is not there, then it'll be 243. Do you agree?
Okay, so then my
Easy.
answer was
Very good.
originally wrong because I had not calculated this correctly.
Okay. All right. Okay, Navya, before you go to you, Yuvam, what's your question?
So in this case, you can take 5 people and then make 2 partitions. So it'll be 5 presents and 2 like A, B, C, D, E, and then you make 2 slashes, so like 2 partitions.
Yeah.
So I thought it would just be 7 choose 2.
Very good. And 7 choose 2 would be how much? Would be 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the mistake in what Yuvam is doing? Glad Yuvam is bringing this up. Navya, can you answer that before you ask your question? What is wrong in Yuvam's method?
Is it that in this case you're not really considering the exception, like not everyone will get 1 present compulsorily?
That, okay, that's a very good point. Plus also one more thing. He's considering all the gifts are the same gift.
Yeah, it should be 7 factorial by 2 factorial.
Okay, so two things. You can use the partition wala method if all the gifts are identical. If all the gifts are identical, then you don't care. You only say this guy gets 3. You don't have to say which 3. So for that, what you described will work. So if the question is how many ways can you distribute 5 identical presents to 3 people? Again, as Navya said, without the restriction that each person gets at least 1, then your answer would be 7 choose 2. Because you're laying out all the 5 gifts here. These are the 5 gifts. They're all looking identical candies. And then there are 3 people waiting. Therefore, like you said, you need 2 partitions. The 2 partitions are waiting. Essentially, you form a 7-letter word, which is composed of the 5 candies and the 2 partitions. Does it make sense, Yuvam?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Okay. Now let's do step by step. Now, suppose it's still identical chocolates, but each person has to get at least 1. So let's say we have, so I'm sorry, I'm all over the place here, but let's do step by step, right? So we answered, so Navya, just hold on 1 second. I know you had a doubt, but so let's answer. Okay, so identical gifts. So the people are anyway different, right? People are always going to be different people. You don't have identical people. So identical gifts. So this is gifts. Identical gifts, different gifts. Okay. So these are 2 different problems. Now, on the other dimension, you can also have, okay. Okay. So the other dimension I want to say, no restriction. And then here I want to say each must get at least 1. Okay. Now, what Yuvam commented on with the 7 choose 2, it was identical gifts and no restriction. So you lay out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 identical presents, and you have 2 partitions because there are 3 people. Therefore, the answer is 7 choose 2, which is 21. All of us clear on this one, right? Now, suppose it's identical gifts, but each person must get at least 1. Then what do you do? Since there are 3 kids and the gifts are anyway identical, give 1 each first. So make them at least happy. Now, whatever they get extra is extra, right? Now you can afford to send any one of them empty-handed because they already have 1. That's already done. Now you have only 2 more candies left, and you won't feel guilty of not giving someone because they've already all got 1 already. Same story, 2 partitions, 2 candies. Therefore, it's 4 choose 2. So 6 ways of giving them, right? Another way to approach the same problem is what like Kunsh had started off, right? It's by saying, so either the 2-2-1 category or the 3-1-1 category. And they're all identical gifts anyway. So there's no choosing the gifts anymore. There are 5 gifts. He chose 3 gifts because the gifts were different in the original problem. But in this case, the cell I'm looking at, which is here, is all the gifts are identical. There's nothing to choose. All the candies are looking identical. You don't have to choose anything. You can just pick any three. Doesn't matter, right? It's as delicious as the other candy. So the 2, 2, 1. The only thing you have to do is which is the special guy who's the unfortunate guy who's getting only one candy. The other two are getting 2 each. So that unfortunate kid can be any one of the three. Similarly, here the special guy who got 3 can be either A or B or C, which is why there are 6 ways, which matches with this 6. All of us with me so far? Okay. Now, let's do, Navya, I know you're waiting for a long, okay, why don't you ask your question? Maybe it's related. Yeah, go ahead, please, Navya.
So what I did was I took like it's similar to what you said about the stones and the sticks method. So what I did was if you have 5 presents and like you're giving it to 3 people, then you already like give 3, you subtract 3 presents from the 5. So you have 2 presents distributed to 3 people. And then there are basically like those 3 presents which you already gave. There were 3 raised to 3 method, like 3 raised to 3 ways in which you give it like each person, right? Because each person can have any of the gifts.
Mhm.
But then I tried using that method, but it didn't work. So
Okay.
can you?
Yes. Okay. So let's walk through what you did. Okay. So basically, if I understood Navya, she's saying, so the gifts are this is the gift bag, right? Which has the 5 gifts, which are plus, minus, star, division, into something, right? So these are the 5 gifts, and these are the 3 people here. Okay, so people. Okay, so you're basically saying, Navya, can you walk me through again? What is your first step you're doing?
Yeah, so first I just give the 3 gifts, 3 of those 5 gifts to 3 people so that they're satisfied that like each person already has one.
But how do you can you go through it step by step? You have to choose the 3 gifts first of all, right? Because the gifts are all different in this case.
Yeah. So if I choose 3.
So you're choosing the gifts. 5 choose 3. So let's say the gifts that were chosen were plus, division, and multiplication. Okay. Now what do you do?
And then into 3 factorial.
Into 3 factorial, because you're giving. So let's say the plus went to this guy, the division went to this guy, and the multiplication went to this guy. Okay. Okay. Now what?
And so now you have 2 gifts to distribute to 3 people.
Correct.
Yeah. So then I do 2 raised to 3.
You 2 raised to 3. Again, can you be specific? The star goes to, let's say, shall we keep the star goes to this guy? So the star goes to this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And the minus goes to this guy. Okay. So maybe I'll just draw it better. Okay. So this is the people. So A, B, and C. So in the first round, this guy got this guy got plus, this guy got minus. And then when you distribute it, this guy got star, and this guy got the division, right? Something like this. Okay. This is what you mean, correct?
Yeah.
So 5 choose 3 into 3 factorial into what is the last step you said?
2 raised to 3.
2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 3 because it could have gone to any 2, any 2, any 2. Okay. The problem is, suppose, can someone tell me what the problem is in this case? In what she is doing? She's first, her intent is correct. Basically, she wants to first make all of them happy by giving them something. And then the balance too, she can give it to anyone, right? So what's the problem? The problem is, what if in the first round, the star got selected? So this guy got star, and this guy got plus, and this guy got minus. And in the second round with the excess gift, this guy got into, and this guy got division. So she's counting these 2 as different, but these 2 are actually the same. Right? Does it make sense, Navya?
Yeah.
And therefore, your answer will be higher than what's expected. But
Yeah,
again, it's not a very simple number that I can divide by to compensate, right?
Yeah. I got 160 when I did like this
160?
method.
160? Okay. Yeah, the correct answer indeed is 150. But yes, unfortunately, we cannot directly divide by 2 to say this double counting, because it's not exactly double counting, right? It's a little murky. Agreed. Okay. Okay, so let's complete this grid now. So the no restriction and different gifts. So this is easy. No restriction and different gifts. You go and ask each gift, where do you want to go to? So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, which is 3 power 5, which is 243. Now, this is the given problem. The given problem was this problem, question 8, right? This is the question 8. Now, Kunsh answered it very rightly by doing a certain way and getting 150. All of us understood that. Okay. Another way, I want to give another way of doing the same thing. So basically, we'll say, suppose there is no restriction at all, then it's 243. That we agree. So 3 power 5 is 243. Now, from this 243, let's subtract two cases, a case A and case B. What is case A and what is case B? Case A is exactly 2 people get all the gifts. Exactly 2 kids get all gifts. I want to subtract that because I want to make sure everyone gets, right? And case B is 1 kid gets all gifts. Right? If I subtract these 2 cases, that means I'm assured everyone gets at least something. All of us in agreement with this? Okay. Arav, for B, how many possibilities are there? 1 kid getting all the gifts. How many possibilities are there?
Um,
How many are there for this?
would it just be so I'm not sure, but I don't know.
No, you are sure. Just think. 1 kid has to get all the gifts. How many possibilities of the 243? Yuvam.
So wouldn't it just be 1?
Why 1? Which one?
No, like the probability, because like 1 kid has to get all the gifts.
Okay. Navya.
Isn't it just 3?
3.
Who's
Yeah. The kid who gets all the 3 gifts could be A. The kid who oh my God, A and B are cases here, right? Okay. Yeah. So the 3 kids are P, Q, and R. Fine. I'll just say. So P could have got all the gifts, or Q could have got all the gifts, or R could have got. So it's 3 ways, right? For case B. So case B is easy. Only 3 ways. Case A, exactly 2 gifts. Exactly 2 kids get all the gifts. So I'll ask, how many possibilities are there for P and Q to get all the gifts? But both P and Q must get something. Okay. So P and Q, and then we'll repeat the same process for Q and R and P. I just have to take this number and multiply by 3. So suppose P and Q have to get all the gifts. That means my problem reduces to, there are only 2 people. I've forgotten R. R does not even exist for me. So 2 people, two kids, 5 gifts. By the same process, it's 2 power 5, which is 32 ways. But in these 32 ways, there are a few cases where P gets everything or Q gets everything, which is effectively 2, right? Because I want P and Q to get all the gifts, but I definitely want both P and Q to get something, right? Only then it becomes a case where exactly 2 kids get all the gifts. So for P and Q to get all the gifts, but between P and Q, each of them must have got at least something. It's 32 minus the 2 special cases where P gets all the gifts or Q gets all the gifts. Therefore, it's 30 ways in which P and Q get all the gifts. And then similarly for Q and R, and similarly for R and P. So there's 30 into 3, 90 ways here. So I have to subtract 93 from 243, which gives the same 150 as the answer. Does this make sense? I find this is slightly easier than Kunsh's method, although his method was perfect as well. Okay, but Kunsh, did you understand this other method?
Yes.
These guys were teasing you, Kunsh, when you dropped off. Especially Navya, she had a very wicked smile. No, I'm kidding. No, because it's the second time this happened, Kunsh. When you are just about to call out your answer, you dropped off. So we thought it is intentionally happening. I'm kidding. Okay, cheer up. Happy Diwali. Okay, but well done. All of you good on this, Kunal? You're very quiet. You usually challenge me on the smallest of things. You're not in a challenging mood today.
I'm not challenging this. I'm just asking the no restriction and identical one. Why is it 7 choose 2? It should. I mean, according to I thought it would be 6 choose 2.
Why 6 choose 2? There are 5 gifts and 2 partitions, right?
Yeah. So
So
you
there are,
put between them or on either side. So 6, right?
no. Okay. See, why are there 2 partitions? Because there are 3 kids, right? So these are okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the chocolates. Okay. And now these kids are waiting here. These kids are waiting here. Now you're bringing in the partitions. Okay. You're bringing in the partitions. Let's say one example, right? So I'll bring the first partition here. And suppose second partition is here. This means what? Whatever is to the left of the first partition, this guy gets.
Yeah,
This guy gets this.
between them
This guy
is the
gets this.
second and right side is third. Yeah.
Understood, right? Now, in another situation where I'm little more biased towards, or rather, the reverse of the bias, whatever, right? I suppose I put both here. That means I'm saying you go fetch everything to the left of this. You go fetch everything to the in between these two, which is nothing. So I'm giving literally nothing to this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm giving 2 to this guy. Right? But
Yeah.
essentially the problem reduces to how do I arrange stones and sticks, right? As people call it.
Yeah.
The 5 stones and the 2 sticks.
Yeah.
Right? It's like saying 5 A's and 2 B's. How many words can I form? No restriction at all. B's and A's can go anywhere. So it's a 7-letter word. I have 7 spots. I have to choose which 2 spots the B's will take. So B can be here and here, for example. The rest of the spots A will take. So 7 choose 2. Does it make sense, Kunal?
Okay. Yeah.
Sure, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So Navya, the doubt is clear, right? The one that you asked, the
Yes.
excess counting. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, all of you clear on this entire, this is important. I'm glad we're having this discussion, right? Gifts can be identical or not identical, and then restrictions and no restrictions as well. Okay. That was question 8. Question 9. Find the square of blah, blah, blah. Shivank, were you able to get this?
So I wasn't able to solve after question 7.
As in you tried and you didn't get,
So
or
no,
you
so I
didn't have
tried
time?
till 7 and then after that I
Okay.
didn't have time.
Okay. Then rephrase your statement to say, I didn't try questions
Yes.
after 7. Okay. That way it's clear. You tried and got or didn't try at all. Okay. All right. Who else? Rohan. Yeah. Did he do this? I don't see Rohan. Where is he? He dropped off. Okay. Who else? Drishit. Oh, Rohan is there. Drishit and Rohan, your video's off. Your camera's off. Please turn it on. Arav.
So I'm in a car. My mom will message you.
Okay. Arav.
So no, I didn't get this one.
Okay. Who got this one? Anyone? Opening it up to anyone? Okay. No one is raising their hands. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. Length of 2 sides of triangle 14 and 15. Area is 84. So 84 is a multiple of 14, right? So I'll put 14 as the base. Okay. So 14 is the base. Okay. And then the height should be, so if I do work out the height, half into 14 into height should be 84. So height is 12. So the height of the triangle is 12, let's say. So which means, let's say the height is till here. This is 12. So this can be the height. Okay. And then this can be 15. And this can be the third side. Okay. So I can have this is 14 from here to here. Okay. So, and then we just saw the height was 12. And then this other side is 15. And then what is the question? Find the sum of the squares of the possible third side. Now this is, you can see 15 and 12, they are in the ratio 3:4:5. Therefore, just by Pythagoras theorem, you know this is 9 without doing too much. 9:12:15 is 3:4:5. And therefore, you can infer this is 5. And therefore, you can infer this is 13. Okay. But this seems to be the obvious answer. But what does it mean? Squares of possible lengths of the third side. Okay. Can someone say what other possibility would exist? This seems the only possibility, right?
I got till here. After that, I couldn't.
You got till here. But did anyone wonder what other possibilities are there for the triangle?
So if the 14 and 15 are switched.
But then that will give the same. That's effectively just rotating the triangle. No, but 13 becomes the third side anyway. It's asking what are the possible lengths of the third side. That's it. The third side in either case will be 13. It's the same triangle, but you've just flipped it. Yeah, you
So, in a scalene triangle, this is the only answer. A right angle triangle, there's no other answer. And in an isosceles triangle also, I don't think there's an answer. So I think this is the only answer.
Okay, Navya.
What if you take the base as 15 and then you calculate it based on that?
Okay, that'll give me another altitude. That's all, right? If I keep the base as 15, half into 15 into h will be 84. Yes, it might not be exactly divisible. Okay, 3 goes 5 times, 3 goes 28 times, whatever, 56 upon 5, 11.2. Okay, but that 11.2 would actually be this height. If I do from C to here, this will be 11.2. It better be, only then the area will match. Area has to be consistent, right? Okay, so the other possibility is that the triangle is obtuse, as in the height can still be, okay, I'll just draw it a little better here. So the height is still the same 12. The height is still the same 12, but the 15 is this way. Okay, I'll just draw this is slightly smaller because I need enough space. So this is still the 14, but the 15 is this way, right? I want to keep this level same, right? And the height is falling outside the triangle like this. So this is the height, same height, right? And completing the triangle, this is the third side. Does it make sense, guys? So the 14 is still the base, the 12 is still the height, the 15 is still the third side, but it's an obtuse angle triangle like this. And the area is still half into base into height. The height is 12, except that the height is falling outside the triangle. Okay, so now, in other words, it's still the same 12, 15, and 9, but then this side becomes much longer. It's instead of 12 square plus 5 square, this 13 was what? This is 12 square plus 5 square. And the 5 was what? The 5 was, or rather, this was 12 square plus the 5 was got by doing 14 minus 9. But in this case, it'll be 12 square, which is the height, plus 14 plus 9, or 23 square. Does it make sense? Okay, and therefore the answer to our question is sum of squares of the possible lengths. So we have 12 square plus 23 square, because we were anyway squaring this. And then in this case, it's 13 square, but technically 12 square plus 5 square, adding all of them. So this is 13 square, and whatever this adds up to. Maybe we can just go with the last digit. So this is ending in 4, this is ending in 9, this is 13 square ending in 9. Am I right? Yeah. So 9 plus 9, 18 plus 4, 22. Whatever ends in 2, there's only one answer. It has to be 862. You can anyway do it anyway for us to just check. But that's how you'll save a little. Oh, no, actually, there's 2 answers, right? Oh, shoot, we have to do it. Then 23 square is 529. 12 square is 144. And 13 square, you can put it as a lump, 169. So let's add it. 18 plus 4 is 22. 4, 8, 14, 842. Huh? Am I doing right? Maybe the answer choices are wrong then. So maybe I think they've flipped it up as 842 and 762. Yeah. So it's 842, right? 9, 18, 22, 2 carry, 4, 8, 14, 1 carry. Yeah, 842 should be the correct answer. So they've messed it up. Or rather, maybe I copied over the question and maybe I copied over the choices wrong or something, right? But does it make sense, guys? 2 possibilities. Okay. All right. Do we have time for one more, or maybe just?
So I need to leave.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm also up on time. We are meeting once more. Tomorrow, let's meet one more session before the exam. I'll tell you what time. I'll put on the group sometime in the afternoon like this only, right? And then you have the exam on Tuesday, right? I think. Okay. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.